Mr. Simoto, please
Yes.
tell us a little bit more about what we have here.
Yes.
To our viewers, I just call this hay, but apparently there's a specific kind of hay that they use, and he's just about to tell us a little bit more about it.
So on this section, so that we are in, so these are the bomber rods, but people confuse it with hay. But when you're talking about hay, you need to specify the kind of hay that you're using.
How many kinds are there?
So there is wheat hay, there is barley hay, there is sorghum hay, and also now the bomber rods now.
Bomber rods.
So for the bomber rods, the reason why we chose bomber rods, it's because of its crude protein also.
Okay.
Yes, and also its crude protein being high, and also it's nutritious, highly digestible.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you mix it together with something else, or do you give the animals just the hay alone? How do you prepare your feed for the animals?
Okay, so for the bomber rods, for the kids and lambs that are less than 3 months, so immediately after 10 days, so regardless of the fact that we feed them with the pellets, so we must ensure that there is ad libitum bomber rods, a mixture of now bomber rods with the Lucerne.
Okay.
So what we do, using the chaff cutter that we have at the farm, so we do it in a ratio 1:1.
1:1?
Yes.
With the Lucerne?
With the Lucerne, yes. And now feed it ad libitum for the kids and lambs. Then also for the mothers, so this is the main meal also that we're feeding them. But for the mothers, we categorically specify these for the goats.
Okay.
For the goats, you don't have to mix them with the Lucerne. Okay. So we just put them on the hay trays, and that's where they feed.
Why is that? I'll have to ask why. Why treat the goats differently from the sheep?
Yes, why treat the goats different from the sheep? It's because originally, I think from how the goats were created, they're meant to be browsers. So they just love browsing and, climbing on that hay truck, I think that's what they love mostly.
Okay.
Unlike for the sheep. So for the sheep, you'll find that it's always hard for them to take this alone, unless you mix it with Lucerne.
Okay.
Yes, but for the goats, it's a two-way traffic. They can take it with a mixture of Lucerne, or also they can take it alone.
Is it more nutritious when you mix it with Lucerne, or it doesn't matter for the goats?
It's more nutritious when you mix it with the Lucerne.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
How long do you keep your hay? You have a stock of at least 500 animals.
Yes.
For the sheep, they're a little bit more than 400, I understand.
Yes.
For the goats, they're more than 100, slightly more.
Yes.
What quantity of hay do you ensure you have it, and how often do you feed them? Now we're talking about the hay. I know, taking into consideration that he mentioned they mix it with Lucerne, especially for the sheep.
Yes.
So what quantity do you give those animals per day, or rather what's their intake per day? And what kind of stock do you need to have before you even bring in the animals? Because it's important to have feed before you bring in the animals.
So I think generally from the science that we know is that a mature sheep or goat must take between 3 to 3.5 kgs of the feeds per day.
Per day?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So this means
500 times 3, that's like 1,500.
Yes.
Or should I leave the goats alone? Is that the exact same for goats also?
For the goats.
Wow.
So what happens is that for us, so we give, so for the 2 kgs, the first 2 kgs, we give the silage. That is, so they get it from the silage. Then now the remaining 1 kg, so we subdivide them now. We had given them the dairy meal, especially for the lactating mothers. For the lambs, we'll have given them the pellets. Then let's now take example. So let's use now the mature ones, because we've given them the silage. That is 2 kgs. So we'll now be, so they'll now be remaining with between 1 to 1.5 of kgs of the other feed now. So for this feed now, we consider now the bomber rods and the Lucerne only. Yes.
What's the silage made of? He's just introduced silage in this conversation. Tell us a little bit of what it's made of.
Okay, for the silage, it's made of full corn maize silage.
Okay.
Yes, full corn maize silage. Yes.
How do you prepare it?
Okay. So for the silage, you just prepare it normally, like how you plant maize. But now when the baby corns are almost at the milky stage, that is the right time to harvest. Because at that time, so the leaves will be large in numbers, and also the baby corn during that time it's always sweet, and also it's easy to ferment when when it's on the when it's in the baby corn stage. So you just
from planting to harvesting, how long is that
takes
ideally average?
So it depends now with the ecological zones that you're coming from, but for us, you know, in Molo it can take even about 9 months.
9?
Yes.
9 months.
Yes.
From seed to harvest.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. 9 months. But because we have another farm in Londiani, so this is where we so this is majorly a bigger percentage of the silage we produce it from Londiani. So Londiani being hot and wet, so the growth rate, the maturity rate for the maize is a little bit higher and faster. So it takes about 6 months.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So after 6 months, that's when now the right stage to harvest the maize. So you use the chaff cut or the chopping machines. And now after that, tractors bring them up to the farm. So at the farm now, this is where we bale them now.
You bale them?
Yeah, like those
just as they are?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
How long do you ferment them from when you've harvested so that they get to that fermentation stage?
It should be over 21 days.
21 days. Yes. So one, more or less, slightly 1 week less of a month.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, that's great to hear.
Yes.
And that's all silage?
Yes.
Just that?
Yes.
All right. I'd like you to take us to where you mix the hay and the Lucerne. I'm still calling it hay. He doesn't like me calling it hay, but there's that complex name that I don't want to keep pronouncing, but you've got it. You guys are smart. So that's the silage over there?
Yes. So this is the silage. So for the silage, so initially what we were doing, we were banking our silage.
Banking in terms of you put it down?
Yeah, we put it down. But
for fermentation?
Exactly, for fermentation.
So what do you do right now?
So I'm sure, so if you can see, is that the moment you allow moisture to enter inside here, you'll find these wastages. You see?
If moisture goes in?
Moisture goes in. I know it spreads all over.
So this is waste because there's moisture or something? Okay.
Exactly. So this is what happened. So because this happened, then it forced us to use the other method now, baling them.
All right.
Yes.
We can go have a look at it. So you bale them immediately, you've chopped them up?
Yes.
And this is airtight, I'm assuming?
Yes, exactly. This is airtight, and this is the baling machine that we're using it.
Okay, it's a bit covered, which is okay.
Yes, it's a bit covered. So for this one, also to ensure there is so that the moisture does not enter, so we'll have to ensile it almost 4 times. So there's some controls that you'll do onto the machine, so that now this wrapping gear goes 4 times.
Okay.
Yes.
So you do the baling right here, even if they come from Londiani or wherever.
Exactly.
The baling has to be done
be done here.
Okay.
Yes.
And if you're farming far away, like Londiani is enclosed here.
Yes.
From harvest to baling, what's the ideal period?
From harvest to baling,
yes,
it should be less than 24 hours.
Less than 24 hours.
Okay. Because the moment you leave this, then you need the chopped silage beyond 24 hours, moisture starts getting in. And when moisture starts getting in, now this is bacteria being introduced. So when the bacteria is being introduced, that's the end product you'll find over there. Yes.
I can see you have, so what's the weight of one bale?
So it should be approximately, so the average should be 65 kgs.
65?
Yes.
That is heavier than I am. Okay, I feel good.
Yeah. Should be 65 kgs. And surely, in fact, regardless of the fact that we use these feeds for our own consumption, also, when we have the excess, we sell them
to other
farmers.
Oh, that's nice. Okay.
Either farmers that are doing dairy or even sheep and goats.
Sheep and goats.
Yes.
What's the minimum stock for those 500 animals you have? Average 500 animals. What's the minimum stock in terms of the number of bales for silage that you need to have at the farm just to be safe?
To be safe.
Because
that should take us maybe a year round.
A year round?
Yes.
Or maybe that's what you... At least something that should take you an year round.
Yes.
That's what you aim for.
Yes.
Because again, it takes, maybe you're producing in 2 years or 2-3 years, you might be producing 3 rounds of that corn silage. Given the 6 months, my friend, 6 months is a lot.
Yeah, so that's the reason we must always aspire to have about 3,000 bales. Yes. To take us over 6 months.
Over 6 months.
For the over 500 animals at the farm.
Okay.
Yes.
That's great to know. Do you plant your own Lucerne?
Yes, we plant our own Lucerne over there. So
there's a farm there.
There's a farm over there.
Right now we're going to see where they mix that with the hay. Okay, typical storage conditions for hay.
Typical storage condition for hay or the boma rods.
Yes.
So it's just you must ensure that there's a roof overhead.
Roof overhead.
And also so the leeward side is enclosed, so that
the leeward, that's where the wind.
Yeah,
no, that's not where the wind comes from. Windward.
The windward side, yes. Where the wind comes from should be enclosed also to ensure that
they're not blown off.
Especially moisture during the rainy season.
Doesn't come
a little
in.
bit of moisture, maybe water. If a little bit of water enters into the boma rods, bacteria will start forming.
Okay.
Yes. So when it starts forming, it will not be palatable for the animals, and you're not advised also to feed them into the animals.
Okay.
Yes.
I can see there's a bit of the boma rod.
Yes, the boma rod.
I will say that name because it is fancy, and finally it's gotten into the system. So that's the boma rod. This is the Lucerne.
This is the Lucerne. Yeah.
How long does it take to grow Lucerne?
So for Lucerne, from planting up to harvesting, it can take you about 6 months.
6 months, another 6 months.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And when do you know they're ready for harvest? Is this when they flower? Because I can see them with flowers over here.
So in fact, so these one, they are overgrown as at now.
Oh, really?
So because we did not do the proper timing, but they're not meant
to have flowers, ideally. Does it have will they have any effect on the animals if they have flowers?
No, majorly it will not. Yeah.
All right.
Yes. So what happens is that for the herdsman, depending on the number of animals that you also have, you'll come take a bit of your boma rods and now take something almost the same weight as this one.
So ratio of 1:1.
1:1. And now you put it onto the machine that you're seeing over here. And now the machine will start chopping them, and they'll come onto this place as pieces now, and having been totally mixed. Yes. So after that, you'll just chop your feeds and take to your animals.
Okay.
Yes.
They scoop them up, take to the animals.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So one thing again that you must consider for the Lucerne is that you must wilt them for between 2 to 3 days.
Wilting.
So so we cannot bring them directly from the field and start feeding them onto the animals because of its crude protein. It might cause bloating to an animal. Yes.
All right. Is that the reason? If you've noticed, there's some tray-like sections here where air passes down easily.
Yes.
Is that what actually is the wilting bit of it?
Exactly. Yeah. The wilting bit of it.
So you're sure there's enough airflow.
Yes.
And you spread them out.
You spread them out. Yes.
Properly.
Yes, properly.
Okay.
Yes.
For this section, how big is this section, and how much Lucerne can you wilt at a go?
Okay. So what happens is that so like for this section, so this is for day one.
Day one.
So this was for yesterday.
Okay.
So today they are doing it here.
Okay.
So if they're doing it here, they'll put the Lucerne over here. They'll put here and they'll put here.
Okay.
Then now on this section, you'll start from the first, like giggle. Goods in, goods out. So this was the first to be brought.
Okay.
So it was used in the morning.
All right.
So this one was the second to be brought. So it will be used at around, let's say 2 to 3 p.m. And now, because depending on height also, we don't use this one because it's always trying to strain these guys. So most probably you'll have to use this now during the evening.
All right.
Yes. So there is a sequence on how we scoop them. So you don't just come and scoop this one, whereas you're not yet done. You're not yet done with this one. Yes.
You say they stay for, is it 2 days?
Yes, 2 days.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Well and good. So for those like 500 animals, how much Lucerne do you use?
So we use about, on a daily basis, we use about 200 kgs on a daily basis.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
200 kgs. Yes.
So that's the kind of stock. If you have
because for the Lucerne, remember, this is not the main feed, so you're just supplementing
it's just
them
supplementing for the same.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
So silage is the main feed in this farm.
Silage.
Silage is the main feed.
Okay.
But for this one, you're just supplementing them.
Okay.
Yes.
And you mix them with the Boma rods?
With the Boma rods.
All right.
Yes.
That's great to hear. Is there anything else about feeding that you want us, you might want us to know? We spoke about at what stage do the animals feed, and do the ewes feed as much as the rams, or the he goats feed as much as the she goats?
Okay. So I think for this one, for the ewes or the female ones, they tend to feed much more than the rams and the bucks.
Oh, really?
Because for them, it's because of the paturation. Kazi yao ni kuzaa tu,
Kuzaa,
so they must maintain their body condition. But for the rams, you're just maintaining them, because hawana ile kazi kubwa sana. Yes, exactly, for the sake of breeding, especially for the breeding bucks and rams. Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting just to know.
Yes.
And thanks a lot for just shedding a little bit more light on the same.
Yes.
Do you ever give your animals grass, or you must maintain them on special meals?
Okay, so what happens is that, regardless of the fact that we feed them on all of these types of feed that we've talked about, so we must always ensure that there is grass outside their paddocks.
The paddocks.
Yes. So because at the end of the day, the lucerne on the paddocks, they also have different trace elements that they may not get on these feeds, like selenium. Selenium now, you'll find them in lush grasses. So that's where they tend to find the selenium, and like from the lucerne and the Boma rods.
Okay, how many paddocks
Yes.
do you have at the moment, and how many are occupied?
Yes.
So
currently,
to avoid the issues of overgrazing,
Yes.
I'm assuming,
Yes.
you need to manage the number of animals in a paddock.
So,
How big are your paddocks? Sorry.
Yeah.
How big are your paddocks?
Yes.
And how many animals would you ideally have in a paddock? And maybe you can show us as we move towards the animals. How big are your paddocks ideally? Are they all the same size?
So they're not
they
all the
different
same size. They're of different sizes. Okay, the reason for this is that, like the one we were coming from over there, for the lactating mothers, because we have different breeding seasons. So for the lactating mothers, they might not be that much, that many for them to be catered in a paddock that is about an acre. But for us, we always must ensure that a paddock should not be less than a quarter of an acre.
A paddock shouldn't be less than a quarter of an acre. Okay.
Yes.
So how many animals can you keep? Let's say Boer goats.
Yes.
Given that they both eat the same amount of food, we say that.
Yes.
How many would you have ideally in a quarter of an acre?
In a quarter of an acre?
I'm thinking of a farmer who might not have such big land.
Sure.
Maybe they have a quarter of an acre. What's the ideal?
The ideal number of animals is that if you're feeding them, if you're doing it semi-zero grazing, like you're partially feeding them with the stored feed like silage, and also now you let them to move freely in the paddocks. A quarter of an acre of a paddock should have about between 20 to 25 animals.
Quarter of an acre.
Yes, 20 to 25 animals, and it should take them about 2 weeks.
Okay.
Then after 2 weeks now,
you change.
You change now. You move them to another paddock. Yes.
I know you. This is not. This is a small one. Is it quarter of an acre or what is it?
This one.
No, it's not quarter.
It's not even a quarter.
It's not even an eighth. Is it an eighth?
It's not even an eighth. It's almost 50 by almost 50 by 100. Yes.
That's an eighth. No, it's less than, I think, anyway, regardless of the size.
Yes.
Yeah, but there's one here, and I can see the feeding troughs that you have. So you said for the goats, you just put the hay directly.
Yes.
And they're able to feed on the same.
Yes.
Okay, and you have Boer goats here. You have the
red
Kalahari Reds here.
Yes.
To our viewers, this section is used specifically for something that is going to share towards the end of the interview. But ideally, this is what it looks like for them. The paddock might look different for you depending on how big of land you have. And to avoid zero grazing, as he's mentioned, if it's a quarter of an acre, do how many animals?
20 to 25.
20 to 25 for 2 weeks.
Yes.
And that's semi-grazing, not 100% grazing. Then you can shift them to the next. You can shift them to the next paddock. Yeah, so that's how you do it. Is there anything else you'd like us to know and our viewers just to know about feeding?
I think I've got nothing much to say about feeding.
Okay.
I think we are exhausted for that.
We're exhausted.
Yeah.
I think to bring to bring that feeding conversation to a close, while we were at the pens, we saw quite a lot of manure. And do you want to tell us? I don't want to say it for you, for you, but what exactly, for the sake of just to show farmers how you can recycle things?
Sure.
What do you do with that manure?
Okay, so
and how is it linked to the feeds that you have here?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so for the manure, I'm sure. So if you notice something, because we're using the underground structures, so we apply something called the agricultural lime onto those.
Lydia mentioned, yes.
And the reason for this is that we want the lime to break down the droppings, at the same time absorb
ammonia and urea.
Absorb the urine. So when it's absorbed the urine, then basically it has absorbed the ammonium. So the ammonium now, this is what causes now the respiratory issues in animals. So the reason, but our major thing as to why we apply the agricultural lime is that we want at the moment when we'll be scoping this manure, we can take them directly to the field because it's already, so the lime is already
broken down, it's dry.
Yes. So that's the reason why we're doing it. So for us, so for the manure that you saw over there, so we always scope them after 2 months. So after 2 months, and now we spread them through a closed paddock. So we've stopped using this paddock. We spread now the manure onto the paddock
to dry it off completely.
Yeah, to dry it off completely, and also to hasten the growth of the grass.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice. Do you ever take it to the farms where you have the corn or the Luzerne?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Also, maybe to the farm that we have the full corn. Immediately before planting, we take the manure and spread it over the land, so that so what you'll find is that we'll not be using the fertilizer, we call them the organic or
the chemical fertilizers,
the chemical
inorganic fertilizers.
Yes. So we'll not be using them. Instead, we'll just plant directly because already we will have.
So you don't use those fertilizers?
Yes, we don't use.
Okay, that's really great.
Yes.
So they grow organic feed for the animals, which is really amazing, we get to see how animals also play a part in the whole ecosystem of regenerative agriculture. It may be that they are their own feeds, but you are retaining soil health. Even you're playing a part in retaining soil health by recycling the droppings, that manure and everything, and keeping it organic all the way. So having said that, Mr. Simoto, I'd like us to talk about biosecurity. Then we can talk about record keeping. Then we finish that flow with the marketing bit. Tell us more about how you maintain biosecurity in your farms. How do you ensure like diseases don't come in? At what point are your animals most vulnerable to diseases, and how do you manage that?
Okay. So for biosecurity issues, so when you are coming into the farm, the first thing that you did was by disinfecting using the foot bath.
Disinfected,
and also what maybe is something that maybe you never did, you are supposed to sanitize. So
we washed our hands. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Especially with the pens. Yeah. There we washed our hands.
Yes. So those two key things are very essential in a farm, because we always say prevention is better than cure. So the moment you enter into Penzi Farm, dip your shoe, the bacteria and the viruses at the gate, you leave it over there. So you'll not be able to spread them onto the grasses, because you'll just be walking. So walking means that you'll step on the grasses. So these same grasses is what these animals are going to feed with. So the moment you don't do that, then basically what you're doing, you want to start bringing diseases into the farm. So the moment you start bring diseases into the farm. So now our cost of production will start increasing because we'll have now
to manage
diseases like buying those drugs, which initially we're not fond of doing it. We're not fond of buying these drugs because at least we want to grow animals that are free from, let's say, antibiotics and these sort of treatments. We want them to grow naturally. Yes.
So you only intervene if necessary, because again, you don't want animals to die unnecessarily.
Yes, exactly.
So only intervene if necessary.
Yes.
But all through, other than the vaccines you're giving them, which are recommended either way, even in human beings, you try as much as possible just prevent the diseases. As a measure of control. And to our viewers, one of the things, I don't know whether you noticed while we were at the pens, but every entrance to the pen has
the
footpath where you get to disinfect.
So maybe to digest a bit on this, so for the footpath that you found at the gate, so we're just using the disinfectant, but the one inside the pens, we're using the disinfectant and copper sulfate.
Copper sulfate? Yes. Is there a particular reason why you've added copper sulfate?
Yeah, it's because of the animals
The
now.
animals, okay.
Yes, because copper sulfate helps now keep the general hygiene of the hooves of the animals, and also, especially, in areas whereby there's rampant spread of foot and mouth, copper sulfate tends to eradicate those bacteria by totally killing them when there is an incorporation of the copper sulfate.
I'll ask this question.
Yes.
What are the perimeters of the footbath in terms of when you're constructing it?
Yes.
How deep should it be?
Yes.
So that if animals are passing in, or if it's a human being who's going in, a worker who's going in, how deep is it? Like the fill for that disinfectant and the copper sulfate to ensure you cover the entire hoof area.
Yes.
How deep do you make them?
So it should be, so for the solution, so for the footbath now, it should be a footbath that has got the solution that an animal can submerge up to the top of the hoof.
Yes,
Yes.
All right.
Then for human beings, it should
reach
cover
the ankle or the sole.
The ankle of the sole.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
That's great. And what else do you do to maintain now the biosecurity in terms of, can anyone just come in
also
and go
for
out?
That one, we limit the movement inside the farm. Because even today, if you call us today and say, I want to visit Penzi Farm, if you're not ready for you, then we'll just say,
it's a no.
It's a no.
And that's okay.
You book an appointment for another day. So for this one, we have the security house also. This is the guy who limits now the movement inside
and outside
the farm. The reason for this is that there could be people just loitering around. They just want to come in and see things off. Because so the moment you have no appointment at the gate, you'll just be directed to go back because you never called that I'll be coming to visit your farm. So you'll just be redirected to go, and now you're going to be redirected again to book an appointment now, either using the company's website or maybe using our official phone number, so that you can call us, tell us that I wanted to visit your farm, either to make a purchase or maybe to get training or maybe just for a farm visit or maybe to have some consultation from you. After that now, you're going now, so your permission now is going to be granted, and the security guy is going to be alerted that during this time and this time, I'll have this visitor by this name, this phone number, and this ID number.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. So to all farmers who are keeping animals, this just doesn't apply to the goats and the sheep. It's literally every other animal, to be honest, whether it's chicken, whether it's even the cows. You think it, name it, think it, everything. There are farms that will not even allow you to go in. They have specific people who are resident in there, and that's common practice, and it is okay. In case you ever find a farm that is like that, we've tried as much as possible to cover in depth as much as we could think of that has to do with the rearing of sheep. because we understand it's not everyone who might be allowed to come in for security reasons, and we respect farmers for that and appreciate that they have to do that, because you also don't want your animals, you have invested in this, you just don't want that investment to go like that or to waste in diseases. So that's pretty much ideal.
Yes.
Might you have anything else to share about biosecurity?
So for biosecurity also, there's one thing that we almost forgot, is that for all animals that we buy either from South Africa or other farms, we must always quarantine them for 21 days.
21 days, immediately they hit the farm.
Immediately they hit the farm. So by doing this, this means that even for these animals during feeding, we'll assign a specific person. Only one person will be feeding those animals.
That person doesn't interact with the rest of the animals.
The rest of the animals, or even will not have, loitering or even moving just around the farm. So that guy we contract now, casuals from the villages. So their duty is just, you come early in the morning, feed those animals. So even when entering the quarantine area, they'll have to disinfect, and also they'll have to sanitize. After, when he's done with the feeding, he gets out. He comes at a certain time, also does the feeding, get out, gets back now at around maybe it's 3 to 4, continue with the feeding, and now he called it a close of the day.
There's something I'm seeing you wearing, and I'm assuming it's also because of that biosecurity.
Yes.
You will realize by the time you're entering there, you don't have, I don't know, is it, give it the right name before I give it
the overall?
The overall.
Yes.
So some call it an apron. Aprons are for cooking and everything. But that overall, do you also maintain them in the farm? Because the whole idea, I understand, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that transmission will easily come from like the clothes to the animals and oil. You don't wash your clothes every other day. You might bathe every other day. It is good hygiene. So this might be, you just ensure it's worn on top of the clothes they come in with, for the sake of maintaining good health for the animals. Do they live with this, or does it remain for the sake of maintaining security?
For all the personal protective equipment that you've been provided at the farm, you leave them at the farm. And that's the reason also for the washing. It's always done on Wednesdays and Saturdays, and it's so we have someone who is doing it for the who is doing this. And the reason for this is that the person doing this must ensure that he also disinfects this same clothing. So it's not just about washing them, but also disinfecting them. And also, because we restrict now the people working inside the farm, going with them outside, because outside also you might
know that someone has their own cow, their own goat, or their own wherever.
That's the reason why we limit them.
Yes. That's great to know.
Yes.
Have we exhausted that? Is there anything, although to our viewers, for this same video, in case you have any other question that you want to ask, you can keep engaging them on the chat on YouTube. We will make sure they are there and they respond. Just in case you have another question, they will respond to you.